Hello students, today we are going to discuss the vector product of two vectors. This is also called the cross product, vector product or cross product. So let us know what is vector product. Let vector A and vector B are two vectors. These are two vectors and theta is the acute angle between A and B, between vector A and vector B. That means suppose that one vector is this is vector A and another vector is this vector is suppose that B, and theta is the acute angle between these two vectors. Then cross product of vector A and vector B is denoted by A cross B and is defined as A cross B is equal to modulus of A modulus of B sin theta n cap. Here theta is the angle between vector A and vector B, and n cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B and having the direction according to the right-handed system. So let us know what is right-handed system. Suppose that we have to find out A cross B. We align our palm right and point towards the vector B, vector A, and curl the fingers towards the vector B. Then the direction of thumb represents the direction of n cap, which is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. Means such like the direction of n cap is such like this. If we have to write B cross A, then we align our palm along the vector B and curl our fingers towards the vector A. Then direction of thumb represents the direction of n cap, which is inward into the plane of the bow. It is clear, students? Here n cap is a unit vector perpendicular to both vector A and vector B, and according to and direction is according to right-handed system. Right-handed system. So this is the vector product of two vectors. Now let us represent the n cap. Suppose that this vector is n cap and this is perpendicular to both vector B as well as perpendicular to vector A. Both this n cap is perpendicular to both vector A as well as vector B. It is clear, students? Now let us do some observations based on cross product. The first observation is that A cross B is a vector quantity. A cross B is a vector quantity. A cross B is equal to minus B cross A, because A cross A and B cross A both have the same magnitude, but the directions of both are opposite. Means direction of B cross A is opposite to direction of A cross B. That means A and B does not follow the commutativity. That is commutativity doesn't hold. Commutativity doesn't hold. The next observation is vector A cross vector B. This is zero vector. Why it is so? All of you know that vector A cross vector B is equal to mod A mod B sin theta and cap. Now the theta between A and A is 0, so sin 0 becomes 0. That's why A cross B becomes 0. That means A cross A equal to a zero vector. The next observation is if A is parallel to vector B, when A and B both vectors are parallel, in that case theta is either 0 degree or 180 degree. In that case sin theta becomes 0, so A cross B becomes 0. Means A cross B equal to 0 vector. This holds when A and B both are parallel to each other. If vector A is perpendicular to vector B, this implies A cross B is equal to plus minus, modulus of A cross B is equal to mod A mod B, because when A is perpendicular to B, in that case theta becomes 90 degree and sin 90 is 1. So modulus of A cross B is equal to mod A mod B, and modulus of n cap which is a unit vector, becomes the magnitude of n cap 1. So we get mod A into mod B. It is clear, students? Now the next observation is that I cross I. What is the value of I cross I? All of you know that I, j, k are unit vectors along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. So I is the unit vector along x-axis, j is along y-axis and k is the unit vector along z-axis, which are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now if we find I cross I, then what we get? I has the zero angle with I. So if we put theta 0, then what we get? I cross I is equal to 0 vector. This is also equal to j cross j, and this is also equal to k cross k. Now I cross j. What is the value of I cross j? I and j both are unit vectors, and if we find I cross j, then if we put here where A as I cap and B as j cap, then what we get? Mod I mod j, modulus of I and j becomes 1 because both are unit vectors. So this becomes 1, and theta is 90 degree because angle between A and J, I and J is 90 degree. So this becomes 90, sin 90 becomes 1. So value of this part becomes 1. Now we have only n cap. N cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to both I and J, and this is along z axis. So this is equal to k cap. So we get k cap. in a similar manner, J cross K, this is equal to I, and K cross I, this is equal to J. This can be remembered by this figure. If we have to find I cross J, then this is equal to K, and if we find J cross A, this is equal to I, and if we have to find out K cross I, this is equal to J. If we reverse the A and I with J, then J cross I, then this is equal to minus K. Reversing this order, what we get? K cross J, this is equal to minus I, and I cross K, this is equal to minus K. It is clear, students? So students, the next observation is angle between A and B. Angle between vector A and vector B. All of you know that vector A cross vector B is equal to mod A mod B sin theta and cap. So if we take modulus to both sides, then modulus of n cap becomes 1. So mod A cross B is equal to mod A mod B. Mod A cross B is equal to mod A mod B sin theta. Then from this we can write sin theta is equal to mod A cross B divided by mod A mod B. From this we can also find the angle between two vectors A and B. In the previous video we have written a formula in terms of A dot B. In that case we write cos theta equal to A dot B by mod A mod B. We can also find out the angle between these two vectors by using this formula. It is clear, students? Now, if we have to find out the area of the triangle, area of triangle, when two adjacent sides of a triangle are represented by vector A and vector B, suppose that height is equal to h and the angle between A and B is theta, then we can write sin theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, or h equal to mod B sin theta. Then area of triangle is equal to 1 upon 2 base into height. Base means modulus of A into h, and the value of h is mod B sin theta. So what we get? Half mod A mod B sin theta, and this is the value of mod A cross B. So we can write half modulus of A cross B. This is area of triangle. So area of triangle can also be evaluated from this formula, where A and B represents the two adjacent sides of the triangle. area of parallelogram. Suppose that there is a parallelogram in which the adjacent sides are represented by vector A and vector B, and suppose that this is the height of the parallelogram and angle between vector A and vector B is denoted by theta. Then we can write H equal to mod B sin theta. Now area of parallelogram equal to base into height is mod A into H, and the value of H is this, so we get mod A mod B sin theta, and this value is equal to modulus of A cross B. This is the area of parallelogram. It is clear, students? Distributive property. The next observation is 11. Distributive property. In distributive property, if we cross multiply of A with the sum of two vectors B and C, then this is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. If suppose that there is a sum of A and B, and after that we cross multiply it by C, then what we get? A cross C plus B cross C. This is called the distributive property. Scalar multiplication of A cross B. This can be written as lambda A cross B, or this can also be written as A cross lambda B. This is called the distributive property. It is clear, students? Now suppose that two vectors A and B are given in component form, then how we find A cross B? The next observation is 12. If vector A is equal to A1i plus A2j plus A3k, and vector B is equal to B1i plus B2j plus B3k, then A cross B can be evaluated by the value of the determinant in which first row contains I, j, k, second row contains the component of vector A, A1, A2, A3, and third row contains the component of vector B, which are B1, B2, B3. So A cross B can be equal to the value of this determinant when A and B are given in component form. It is clear, students? So now for today we are leaving the topic here. In the next video we will discuss some problems based on cross product or vector product of two vectors. Okay, students, thank you.